to you. Scheduling, reporting, costing, everything we could ever want, hopefully, and more software. It's called When to Manage. It basically, what it's going to do is it's going to combine Schedulefly with our point of sale, so we'll be able to anticipate ahead of time what we're looking at business-wise based on past history, and we'll be able to schedule accordingly. So anyway, I've sent you guys all usernames and passwords according to which location you're managing. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and log in to the Eljebel store, E-L-J-E-B-E-L, and I'm going to go ahead and sign in. So since you're store managers, your dashboard is going to look a lot like this. It has things that we can change around, adjust, but different reporting things that we want kind of at a glance. For instance, I have historic weekly sales up here, which we'll get into all that stuff later. Really now, all I'm concerned about going over in this video is the labor scheduling. So we're going to go to labor here. When your employees log in, this is what they're going to see. They can only see available shifts, the daily schedule, their shifts, stuff that's being waiting on to approve, and it will only show a schedule according to which store they're an employee of. I'll send you another video that has all that stuff so you can see what it looks like from their angle. But what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to schedules, and we're going to actually create a template for the Eljebel schedule. So before, we were using a combination of the Google schedule and as our template, so we could save it and this and that. This one, I think we can do it all in here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go the first week of February, and I'm going to say this is my master schedule template. There's nowhere I can write it in here. I just have to remember first week of February. That's one I'm always going to use to copy and paste to make a new schedule. So as you can see, we're working on the first week of February, and you want to make sure you're in the right schedule. Up here, you can see the store. We're working on Jang Eljebel. Make sure we want to choose Eljebel schedule. Okay, so now as you're looking down here, you can see it has bartender and then all your different bartenders. Bussers, all your people who are available to do bussing shifts. Cooks, hosts, etc., etc. And the way it finds this out is you don't actually have to go in and punch a new employee in every time you get a new employee. This actually pulls it directly from the point of sale system, from Future. So as long as we have everyone in the back of the house there with their correct wages, their correct names, and their correct job codes, they'll show up on here. For instance, if Ananda all of a sudden got trained to be, I don't know, a cook, we would go into the back of the house in Future, in the office, assign Ananda the job code cook, set her wages, this and that, and all of a sudden she would show up under cook and be available to be scheduled as a cook. So if for some reason you come here and you don't see your person here, if you hire a new busser and they're not on here, that means you haven't given them a job code in the point of sale. So anyway, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to create shifts all the way across and save it as a template. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this. It means I'm adding a new shift. And for bartenders in Eljebel, we only have one shift, and it is going to be from 3:45 to, let's say, 10 p.m. And we don't want to assign it to any employees. We're just going to click all the days, and then we're going to choose the color. When you're doing this, make sure you start at the top and work your way down on colors. Trust me. And I'm going to hit Save Shift. So what that's going to, oops, looks like I missed a Wednesday. We'll just go ahead and put this in here. Bartender, and we will do that from, again, the bartender shift starts at 3:45 to 10 o'clock. Okay, not assigned. Okay, save shift. Now we have a shift in every day of the week for bartenders. So what we need to do is we need to go down and do the same thing for busser. So bussers come in at 5:30, and the latest they're here is 8:30. Okay, not assigned. I'm going to click all the days, so that's going to put one shift per day on for busser. Okay. Oops, I forgot to choose the color. Well, I guess this is going to show us how to delete a shift. Delete shift, yes. Delete shift, yes. Delete shift. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do it. Again. 5:30 p.m. to 8:30. Choose my color. This guy's brown because that's my next one in line. And we're going to make them all the way across. Boom. There we go. Okay, you'll notice that there are a lot of employees in here for busser. It doesn't mean we use all these employees. It's just available if they want to pick it up. Just like Schedulefly. If, you know, you want someone to be able to pick up a busser shift, they need to have a busser job code. Cooks, I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to let Henry work on that if we can ever get him to do this, but we'll see. So for host, since we're in Elgebel, there's only one host shift, and that's on Fridays from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Okay, we'll go ahead, we'll make it orange. Alright. Manager, we're not going to worry about that one right now. Office, not going to worry about that one right now. Servers. Okay, so here's where we need to have two different shifts. So this one, we're going to make the first server shift starts at 3:45 to, we'll say 9 o'clock. It doesn't mean they're going to leave at 9 o'clock. What we're doing here is we're just building an estimated leaving time, and there is a report that can show once we have these shifts set up, and say, I just use Ananda for instance because she's the first one there, but Ananda's on shift from 3:45 to 9 p.m. There's a report that can show this hours that Ananda was scheduled, the actual hours she worked. So you can actually tell real quickly if someone is coming in late, leaving early, staying late, and milking the clock, you know, stuff like that. I mean, if they're hanging out past 9 o'clock on a open shift, you need to check and see if it was busy, if it wasn't busy, you know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead again. We're going to make this every day. Do not assign it to employee. And our next color was, I believe, yellow. I'm going to go ahead and save that shift. You know what? I'm going to delete this because I forgot to put the note in there. That this was first in, first out. I know down in Glenwood, you guys use server 1, server 2, server 3, and people know that they're first in, first out, that type of stuff. Since I'm doing Algebels, we're going to do it the Algebel way. So we got, again, 3:45 to 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and put here, 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 here. This one. And down here is where I'm going to put first in, first out. Color, we'll give them yellow. There we go. Now we have our first in, first out. So now what we need to do is we need to do another new shift. This one is our second server. So they come in at 5 till 10. We'll go here, last in, last out. Color, green, all the way across, check, 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 okay. There we go. Now we got 2 shifts every day that we can assign to any of these people underneath here, and it will put them on the schedule. Alright, so now that we got all our shifts in there, we're going to save this as our template. So the way we save this is we go ahead and publish the schedule. Because this is already passed, you won't have to worry about it sending out stuff to people saying, oh, you were assigned a new shift. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit publish. Publish schedule, publish schedule. Schedule has been published. Now that one is saved. Very important that you publish your template. If you do not, you're going to end up having to rebuild it. Now that we have our template, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to go to the next week. You see, I can't copy any shifts here or do anything like this. I can unpublish a schedule. Go back in and work on it, and then publish it again. But since this is my template, I'll just go ahead and publish it. Alright, so now say I want to work on my week 1, week 2 templates. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here to the next week, and I'm going to hit copy week. Very important, this one button does the copy and paste. So what you're going to do is look for the week that is your template, okay? So the first week here, copy all the shifts, copy and paste, close. Now you have all these shifts that can be assigned. Now, assigning a shift is really, really easy. You can do it, you can either pull it and drag it, say I want Ananda to work on Monday, and I want Jen to work on Tuesday, and I want Mike to work on Wednesday, or you can go ahead and do edit shift and just choose a person you want to assign it to. I'm going to go ahead and assign this day to Dave. Hit save shift. There it goes. It moves into Dave's column. I'll just go ahead and put these wherever for now. Okay. So if you look over here, this actually shows that you have scheduled 96 hours. No, I'm sorry. There are 96 hours of shifts total for that week. You have scheduled Ananda for 6.25 hours, and this is the total pay. Here's the total pay. Here's the total pay. So it's kind of interesting to watch it as it goes across. Now, as we continue building the schedule, you look down here, you see it says scheduled under bartender. So if I want to try and drop this shift on Ananda, oops, it automatically shows a conflict. You see here with the red square, it says danger, double scheduled. So I can say, oops, sorry, not that. Yep, delete shift. Oops. Guess I can't delete it. I just need to unassign it. So I'll put it back in there. What are we? 5:30 till 8:30. Okay. Again, not assigned, so it goes right back up on the top. I guess I didn't put the right color in, so I will put my color brown. Save. Alright. So, obviously I can't, it shows right here, Nanda scheduled as bartender, Jen scheduled as bartender, so you know you can't schedule them. But we know most of these are Zach's, so we'll go ahead and give these to Zach. There you go. What did I give that to? Kelly? Okay, so there you go. It shows 18 hours and the total of pay, 21 hours, they're just updated, 273 for the week. Now, this is according to what each person gets paid in the back of the house. Zach's pay may be different from a different busser, you know, who knows? But it's going to show your total pay. And again, look here, you can see, okay, now we have Mike is 6.5 hours at $38. Nanda's 6.25 hours at 34, etc., etc. Okay, come down here, you got your host. Again, you can see, can't assign it to Jen, can't assign it to Zach. We'll give this one to Lauren. Let's do Kara. There we go. And now you come down and you're looking at your servers, first in, first out. So we're going to go ahead and drag these to where you want to go. All right. Once you have it all done and in place, uh-oh, that should give us in a second, there we go, conflict. So we'll go ahead and just drag it down to somebody else. Then that conflict should go away. Alright? So say that's our template. Say that's what we're looking at. And that's going to be our assigned schedule. We're going to have Jen is going to be first in, first out on week 1. Nikki's last in, last out on week 2. So we want to go, and everything else stays the same. Bartenders stay the same. Everything stays the same. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and save this, publish schedule, publish. Okay? Now we know that 211 is going to be our week 1 template. So now we're going to go to the next week and we're going to build week 2. So we're going to copy week, but instead of going all the way back to our blank template, we're going to go ahead and just copy last week. Copy and paste, close. Now this time you see it copied all the shifts right across where they were. So all we need to do is go down here to our servers and swap these out. See what I mean? Yeah, I think that's right. Close enough. So, anyway, now we got week 2. Done. So we'll go ahead and publish that. Publish schedule. Okay. So now you've got your week 1 and week 2 template. You can always go back to these when you need to do the new schedule. If you're going to go a couple months out, however long you're going to do it, you can always go back to these. You got your week 1, your week 2, and then all the way back. If you had to start all over, you can go back to this blank template where everything is unassigned. So there you go. That is scheduling. Now say you wanted to go and you actually wanted to do next week. Okay? You're going to go to this one and say this one is week 1. You're going to go copy week and you're going to go back to February 11th. And you're going to copy and paste all those shifts. There you go. Schedule done. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear all the shifts because I can do that before the schedule is posted. Back to blank. So anyway, that is scheduling 101 in when to manage. And I recommend you guys go through here, mess around, look at stuff. You're able to, let's go back to a week we have scheduled here. 11th, go. You're able to print the schedule. You're able to export it in a PDF. Grid by job, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what this looks like. There you go. So this is, you know, it's kind of, it's a little bit confusing, I guess, to look at it this way because, you know, Tiana could look across here and say, I don't have any shifts. It's like, well, you don't have any bartender shifts. You may have server shifts. You may have host shifts, stuff like that. The other thing here is you can hide the end times, which is kind of cool. You can, that way the servers, it doesn't say it's a 3:45 to 10 shift. It says it's 3:45 till, you know, whenever. You know it's 10. It's programmed in here as 10. So if someone's sitting around milking the clock, you'll be able to catch it right away. Let's see, some other cool things is you can put notes in. I'm not sure where that is, but I'm sure we'll find that later. You can do multi-weeks. So there you can see Zach is, you know, scheduled across those 2 weeks. Those are your dates, you know, whatever. Anyway, just go in, play around, take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Oh, that's kind of cool. This one, how's this set up? Oh, by employee. So you can look across here. Once you have it scheduled, it would probably be hard to, you know, look and say this and this and this. But yeah, here you go. You got Jen is on schedule for first in, first out. Bartender, server, bartender, bartender. Zach all the way across. It's just different ways of viewing it. What you'll see down here is your 2 different shift schedules. lunch, dinner, and what your costs are for each. More on that to come. Okay. I think that's about it for now. Let me know what you think. Email me, call me, scream at me, all the above.